Yeah.
I like it today.
You get everybody else water, you give me water. You did. I
don't know unless I get one. Yeah, there you go.
Step ladder finals will be on 17 and 18. All right, 70 plus, out of the cash. Craig Slocum, the elder partner of Slocum and Slocum.
The good partner.
The good, oh, the good partner, you hear that? Ouch. All right, 60 over, out of the cash, Garrett Kessler, plus 134. Craig was plus 78, by the way. All right, now your cashers. In 13th place, plus 135, Kevin Mason.
Oh my God.
12th place, plus 138, John Mueller. 11th place, plus 139, Rafe Terry. 10th place, at plus 161, Jerry Gentry Jr. 9th place, plus 165, Justin Collins. 8th place, Steve Point, plus 168. 7th place, Gary W, plus 169. 6th place, at plus 175, Bruce Ostrom. All right, your step ladder. Again, on lanes 17 and 18. 5th place went to Tim Brown-Levitt, plus 184. First match, Eagle Bull David Morehead, who was plus 187. Broken wrist call. The winner of that, Eagle Bull Johnny Breeden, who was plus 260. Second place was Doug, plus 258. And your tournament leader today was Kelly Vata at plus 288. All right. Tim and Dave and Morehead, please report through 17 and 18. When you're ready, you will have 5 minutes of practice.
That's shocking.
The warm-up lane for the guys coming into the step ladder will be lane 22. All right.
Tall breed.
All right, if you're looking for a bracket point or prize point, you can look at that out now. So over here, you fly. All right, so let me get your lane.
Gentlemen, you guys are going to have to hit your control pads, please. Both your control pads, and then your practice will come on.
I got it.
Nice ball, Craig. Yeah, would you get that? He didn't buy me a bracket.
All right, gentlemen, your lane's on for 5 minutes of practice.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Always play the ball, so I'd rather give you back in the game.
Whenever you guys want to warm up on 22, just put that control pads.
And good afternoon, welcome to Olathe, Kansas at Misson Bowl for the Northwest Missouri Senior Bowls Tour. We'll just call it a Chiefs Championship. Let's get that out of the way early. With play-by-play, we'll take some other people up here today. Join me for the match play. Scorers, which is kind of not normal for Misson Bowl. Last couple of years, today they were a little low. Kelly Bond from Wichita, when he showed up, he's in the finals. He, like I say, dominated, but him and Doug Hergenradar, 288 and 258 respectively, over 200. That is your first and second.
My game 4 was not.
Set forth at 187 points and 184 that's your top 5.
Was there a burp that goes out?
No, there's one before. Dustin Collins at 165, Jerry Gentry at 161.
I did.
And Rick Terry, John Hoover at 138. Kevin Mason at 135.
Oh, you're not.
Some of the scores that I actually blew, I'm not going to say quick, but they kind of got spotted in the current pairs where they were just built from one lane to the other. And typical tournament, they just put in what was going to happen was the breakdown for the pair.
I think I got something across, I don't know why.
And we're going to check and see if I got it. Let's make sure. I think it's something that might be crossed. I'm not sure. Morehead and Timmy Rollins, and then 4 or 5, and then end up taking on Breeden after that.
Are you hearing anything?
Bear.
I don't know what. Oh.
Okay, now we got it going. Now I just figured out, sorry about that. I had to redo something and I forgot to mute one of the cameras. So we're going to go through all that all over again. I am Ryan Ragland with the Northwest Missouri Senior Bowlers Tour, and we're in Misson Bowl in Olathe, Kansas, as we are in the match play portion. It should be coming up now. Okay, yeah. I had one little. It's amazing how one little frickin' button, Brandon, can just screw everything up. And Sam didn't even touch the damn thing. He was around it, but he didn't touch it. Yeah. Yeah. Well, what was it you need screwed up now? Don't invite Sam over. He'll take care of it. Thank you, sir. All right. So your top cashers. We'll go back this way. Kevin Mason averaged 219. He was at 135 over. It was John Huber. In fact, let me get this one. This will tell me a little bit better. Here we go. So Kevin Mason was 13th at 135 over. John Huber at 12th at 138. Rafe Terry 139 over, and then to jump to Jerry Gentry at 161. Dustin Collins at 165. Steve Points, the lefty, last year's champion, or back-to-back, I should say, at 168. Jerry Wiesendanger at 169, and Bruce Ostroff was 175. Now your qualifiers. Tim Gromlowitz qualified 5th at 184. David Morehead at 187. And then Don Breeden qualified 3rd at 216 over. And Doug Hergenradar, at 258. And then from Wichita, Kelly Bonner, again, making a show when he shows up. So, yeah, that's just what happens when Kelly shows up. So make sure you hit the chat, hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the alert bell. Help us get this thing popped up, and share it if you can. If you know someone that's out there, hey, share it. We'd love to get as many people on, and make sure you hit a chat and let us know where you're at, who you're rooting for, stuff like that. Give us a prediction on the Chiefs game. Washington and Philadelphia starts here pretty soon, so we'll have to pop that up on the screen so we get something to watch also. And looks like, trying to see, David Morehead gets to choose if he's going to start or finish first, or start or let Tim start. And David Morehead, and actually David Morehead, Dan was telling me, broke his, hey Dan, you were telling me, you can get that on real quick. You can put those on if you want. You were telling me that Dave broke his wrist on his motorcycle.
Yeah, he dropped it. He wasn't driving it. He was getting onto it, and he tipped it over.
What's he doing on a motorcycle in the last 3 weeks?
No, longer than that. This has been a couple of tournaments ago.
Oh, okay.
He was out drinking with some buddies, and
he
went to leave.
So it wasn't like he decided he was going to get on his motorcycle and go truck around in the snow.
He got on it, stood it up, boom, and fell over.
Okay.
And hurt his wrist, and he's been dealing with it for several months now.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
And I can't even be the guy that has a bad wrist. Thank you.
Yeah. He throws it pretty good.
Yeah, he does that.
All right. Well, I'll let you have at it.
All right. Well,
I'll jump back in here.
You got the info for us.
Yep. Okay.
So I got to cross with Tim Gromlowitz, and he was just solid. Nothing crazy, nothing that got him in trouble. Of course, there wasn't a whole lot of lefties, but yeah, he did pretty well today. It's good to see him back on the finals. And I'm going to try to get these cropped up. Well, they're not too bad. We'll go ahead and leave those alone. They're not too bad. And, they're doing this. Oh, they're doing it a little bit, well, they're doing it a little bit backwards, but okay. So we're going to go reverse from starting on the right and going on the left, but. And yeah, I like for me today, I tried to play the outside a little bit, which you usually can here, and for some reason it didn't seem bad for about the first 5 or 6 shots, and then it just seemed to push, and then everyone had to migrate in. And then it just kind of got spotty. Like I said, I think it more depended on who you were following to determine how they were going to break down. I know that there was a couple pairs we ran into, and it was actually both pairs kind of reacted the same. The left lane had a little bit more hook, and the right lane had a little bit more push to it. But the rest of that, they were pretty similar. but it was either if you got it in, you better have a little bit of revs on it because it's going to rooster tail like a typical house shot, and then if you get it right, you need to make sure you get it right to the correct spot. So David Morehead qualifying fourth. He had games of 208, 207. Then he goes 48, 34, 45. Struggled a little bit with 98 and then 247. So 4 of his last 5 games, he's averaging 240s. And that'll help you out an awful lot. He averaged 226. And Tim Brumlovich goes 36, 68, 44, 36. Had the bad game of the 176 and comes back 223 and 01. So, yeah, that one game for Tim, give him 30 pins, and he's 210. So yeah, he's up there, giving Don Breeden a little bit of a run for his money. Not sure what ball Tim's throwing. I think Dave Morehead's throwing the Envy, I believe. And I want to say huge thanks to all the sponsors. Yeah, they've come out large. Gladstone Bowl, who is the title sponsor for the tournament, and they've helped out a lot. And we're going to have the end of the season tournament out there in May. Also renewal by Anderson, and you'll see all the sponsors on the screen. Also Lisa Finley with Shelter Insurance. Actually, she is my new insurance agent. She did a run on my home and auto policy, and she's I'm trying to remember the number, but combining them together, she's saving me probably, what was it, 200? Actually, for the year, probably 400 for the year. So, yeah, give Lisa a call, and I guess I need to change this real quick too. Yeah, I'm going to trying to get everything situated from getting the banners out and get everything ready on this. And Dave had a little hiccup there. And that was just it. There was a spot. I found it a couple times. There's a spot. If you set it short, it was going to run, but if you got it right, you were okay. It just seemed like there was a strip on a lot of the lanes that you either had to go around or go inside out on it. Oh, that one took a jump. And Tim's in a pretty good spot, and kind of I wonder how much. Obviously, that's going to help a little bit, not having the traffic on the left side, which is that's just how it is. But Tim's not the high rev, he's not the high speed. The ball gets where it needs to go. But Tim does have a tendency to kind of short arm it a little bit and getting it, getting it in a little bit when he tries to help it. So some of the other sponsors also, Finley Transportation or Finley Transport in St. Joe. Also Visionary Finance, OK Trophy, I Am Bowling, and of course at Always Storm, Rotogrip, and 900 Global for their support. And oh my, oh my, oh my. I had to say, oh my, I didn't think I was getting anything back today, and I got some money back. Dave really needs to put a string here. Now he's playing a little bit further inside and staying away from that burn spot to the right. And that's kind of what I was talking about. You could play it in, but you had to make sure you got the ball to face up, because if you were playing in and you got it out just a pinch, it was going to run on you. So it looks like Dave decided to move in a little bit. Yeah, that whole direction was totally different than he threw on the right lane. That looks a lot better. Yep. Nice shot by Tim. He has a little bit of different follow through, but yeah, you can kind of tell that when Tim gets it off his hand pretty well if what's going to happen. Oh, Tyler, Tim's son, chiming in, said he thinks it's the Tundra Fire, which would make some sense. I think that ball might have stopped a little bit. It made a pretty good move right, and then I think it might have used up all its energy. I didn't think I'd see the forepin kind of lay in the channel like that. But David Morehead needs to come up. He needs to get a couple more here to get himself back into it, to put a little pressure on Tim. .223 max for Tim Grumlovitz and .219 for David. So another double here, and we got a new ball game. Oh, that faced up well, just not enough, obviously. That's going to help Tim out a little bit. Kind of strange. I don't see. Oh, Kelly's standing over there. I was going to say I don't see Kelly anywhere. Wonder if I can get him over here. I want you. Everyone wants you. That was a lot better ball. Looks like he gave it just a little bit more room and got it to push through just a little bit more. Have a seat. Grab a mic. We'll talk a little Team USA if you want to a little bit. And then we can get Tommy Patton out here. Oh. I would go bowl that, but Hayes is like a ways for me, and I got to get back to bowl in the to work in the morning. I don't have one of those cushy 9 to 5s where I can do that. Oh, shit. But all right, see you later, Tommy. So Tim right now is looking pretty good. Hello, Kelly Ponta. Hello, Buddha. How many people still call you Buddha?
Everybody.
Everybody. Okay. Oh, that was a break. I didn't know if that was a fad back in the day and it kind of went away. How'd you get that?
My old sponsor, Tom Smith.
Who's that?
Tom Smith. He gave it to me.
Oh, okay.
He came out spouting a bunch of stuff one night at league and just rattling crap off about my last name, and then he said Buddha, and he goes, "That's it.
That's it.
You're Buddha for life."
Buddha. So it looks like, yeah, it just needs a count here. Needs six for the win for Tim. As it now see if I was in Tim's situation, people would say I did everything I could to let David win.
Right? It's possible. It's possible.
What'd you think of after Tom gets this? Tim gets Alex pretty good. That's a winner. So Tim Gromlowitz's going to move on to take on Don Breeden in the next match, and I drug Kelly Bonner, the tournament leader, and I figured it wouldn't be bad to talk a little Team USA a little bit. Brandon went out there, and it's kind of when you think about how many Wichita State guys.
Mm-hmm. There's a whole lot of them.
There's a ton of them.
I think there's only 4 guys on the main roster of the 12 that are not on Team USA.
That's
Brandon, Spencer, trying to think of who else it is. One of Brandon's roommates is not on the team, and then somebody else. I forget who it was. It's
That's
either
crazy,
three or
though.
4 guys that are not on the team. The rest of them are on the team, junior team or regular team.
That's crazy to think about.
Yeah.
How I mean, and I don't know what a lot of other people thought when Rick Stillsmith took over the program from Gordon Vatican, but it's just kept rolling.
Yeah.
They
just picked up the
guy
number
from
1 player in
overseas,
New Zealand.
New Zealand, that's where it was. I saw that.
Oh, that kid's good. Holy smoke.
Okay, so does Rick go over there
No.
to see him, or how does that work?
I think him and Rick have been communicating for a couple of years, and they finally came over. They spent a week and a half in the. Or no, they spent more than that. They were going to a few colleges, but they spent a week in Wichita.
Really?
Yeah. And him and Rick, I don't know. I think they did about 6 different lessons together, just things.
Right.
And they've been communicating ever since, I guess. And yeah, he said, I'm in.
That's a big find.
Yeah, he was in town last week because he was at Seneca when we bowled 8:30 league, because he was talking to Brandon, wanting to know if Brandon was still going to be around when he got here. And, he
Right.
was like, "Oh yeah, I'll be here. Don't worry." So
Okay.
yeah,
At least and then Spencer a senior, or did he graduate already?
Spencer and Brandon are seniors.
That's stacked.
That's the only 2 seniors on the team.
And they're doing pretty well. And that just, I mean, you're only going to lose 2 seniors next
Yeah.
year. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
they're a solid team. You're starting to come down to 2. You got the biggest Tier 1 event there is in Indianapolis in a few weeks, the Hoosier.
Oh, is that at Woodland?
Yeah.
Okay. To me, Max
So-
Place.
And then they've got a match, a game, one tournament that's all Baker games, I think, left to bowl before they go to sectionals. And
So is that the strength of Wichita State, the Bakers? Would you say?
sometimes,
I guess you could say that for any team sometimes.
sometimes,
Okay.
sometimes they're very good. Sometimes
Not so good.
Not so good. Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, that's the way it is all the time.
Yeah. I just see and I don't want to say, how do I want to say? Obviously, communication is key, and every team knows that.
Right.
But it's almost like what Vatican started with Lewis and Henry and all them, and Steelsmith going through it and already knowing it
Yep.
and having that communication. That's like, I mean, it's just, it's insurmountable on what those guys will talk about, because you sit there and think about the difference in the equipment from when we were in school to what it is now.
Oh yeah, I mean, that's part of it. With I think maybe some of the equipment went by Gordon a little bit, because I don't know that he really threw many reactive bowling balls. He maybe have thrown a few, but he
Right.
didn't throw very many, because when he blew his knee out, he never really bowled much after that, and then he blew it out again, just getting down off a chair.
See, I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that about him. Well,
Yeah.
well, and then Rick is still bowling.
No, Rick is not bowling.
Oh, he's
Rick,
not bowling more.
Rick hasn't bowled in 3 years or more.
Not even bowling league.
No.
Wow. Okay.
His
I never thought I'd ever hear
his
that.
left knee he's had one surgery on it, and he tried to bowl,
Just wasn't happening.
and it just wasn't going to happen. He went and bowled a regional. I forget what it was. It was a guaranteed deal. If you went and bowled, you were guaranteed like $3 or $4 grand just for showing up.
Right.
He bowled the first 8 games and he quit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, when you know, you know.
Yeah, I mean he throws shots once in a while with those guys, but they're in his tennis shoes
Yeah.
and a house ball. But yeah, he doesn't bowl.
And what Ryan Barnes did in Reno,
Pretty incredible.
crazy.
Pretty incredible. It was amazing to watch. Brandon bowled right beside him the whole time. It was amazing to watch.
Did you go? Obviously, you went and watched with him.
Yep.
And I'll
Oh,
tell you
yeah.
what. That moment that Linda had videoed when Chris went down. Congratulate Ryan. That's a dad moment.
Oh yeah.
That's
Oh, yeah.
just. And I don't think Linda was there, was she?
No, she was
Okay,
not.
I
She was
didn't think
watching
so.
from home.
So whoever grabbed that video, probably grabbed the best video Linda could ever get from that.
Yeah, I don't know who got the video for her. I don't know.
Obviously, we're talking about Linda Barnes and Chris
but,
and stuff.
I
but-
mean, yeah, Ryan bowled incredible. Just
and then he makes almost makes the show.
Yeah, and he almost makes the show at his first stop.
And that third game when he made the ball change, I think it was third game after he was down 2-1. I think that's the one that
Was that the one that he won out?
he made a ball change and it looked good on the fill ball. I think on the match
in
that he
the round.
won, and then it just didn't.
Yeah, because he was down 0-3
Well,
in his
not-
first match.
Yeah, not the one to not to Ogle.
Oh,
the one
okay,
against
the second
Buttriff.
one, the second
Yeah,
match.
against Buttriff.
Yeah, I didn't get to watch the second match. I watched the first match.
He kept. I mean, he had that one game, and he just never could quite get
over the hump
matched
with
up. It was
yeah.
either, and I mean, you're talking 37 mils.
Yep.
Good night. 37 mils on 37 feet.
Yeah.
What's that going to do to your mentality? And all the gutters.
Either good or bad.
And 13. Yeah. We set a record for 300s and gutter balls in the same tournament.
yeah, I think so.
That's hard to do. But I was gonna ask you. I never really tried to play in too much, and I know the little bit I saw you were throwing the origin the whole time.
Yeah.
And with you could just get it right to the spot and just get it to.
As long as I got it down to about the marker down lane, about 40 feet.
But you had to stay steep with it.
yeah.
Yeah. And David Morehead on that last one looks like he tried to move in a little bit because he got it right and it just jumped on him.
Yeah.
And
You can't go right early at all.
no.
It's coming right off of it. It's got to be right down lane. So
The only reason I got away with getting right early is because I was throwing a Rico Code Red,
yeah.
and it would hit that and it would kind of freeze it up and get it to
Stop.
turn,
Yeah, it stopped.
but it wouldn't.
Yeah.
So that was
No, I
my only beneficial. But
I started with one hand position the first game. The second game, I watched my ball hook 3 times on my first shot.
only 3.
Only 3. And then I split twice in that game, so I shot 180. I'm sitting there watching that game go by, and I'm like, yeah, I'll just take what I get and go on about my business. And then I went to the next game. I made a hand position change, got through that game, and then I made another one the last 3 games when I moved down to the low end. It was just dialing my hand that direction.
Just a little bit
Just
more over,
tilting
just to
it,
kind of
yeah.
take it off a little bit.
Then I could get in, and then I could grab it all I wanted to once I got in.
Really?
With that
Oh.
that hand position, because it wasn't going to go nowhere. It was just going to freeze up when it got
Right.
straight. Once it straightened out.
Well, and you've got that ability to get that when you need to, that end over end to get it to set.
Yeah, and I could get it to push through the front real easy. So that was all I was looking for. If I could find somewhere that I could throw it through the fronts, and then have to throw it over the fronts.
I just drilled up the Zen 25.
Oh yeah, how you like it?
I drilled it pinned down. Haven't been able to throw it too much, but the little I have,
Yeah.
it's the reason I drilled it pinned down is Chris Barnes was doing a video on the
Probably the Equinox.
Equinox,
Yeah.
and he pulled out the Zen 25 once, and he got in with it, and granted, Chris is starting to become a little bit more rev dominant as the speed goes down, which we all tend to get that way. But he threw it once, and that ball just went.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
It's.
okay, pin down.
I think that's going to be an absolutely amazing ball. I think that Equinox is going to be an amazing ball.
Is that going to be the new? Is that going to be like the new benchmark? The way they
the
were
Equinox.
the way they were kind of talking, yeah.
Yeah, because I think it's got an AI core, and they did a bunch of work on it so they could get it back to old school storm balls where they were long and strong,
Right.
where they were that way.
Well, I remember Chris talking. They were designing it, and even Boomershine was talking about 80% of the house shots and everything, and they were trying to design something to kind of fit in that.
Right.
It's like, how can you not take that ball anywhere?
Yeah, I mean it's going to be a good one, I think.
And then Tim goes, well, you guys are talking bowling. I'm just going to go front 5.
Yeah.
But see, with Breeden with the line he's throwing, he can play against that friction.
Yeah.
And just get it to stop.
Because he's got that little bit of twirl in the front.
Well, that, and he loves the negative shifted layouts, and it works out so well for him.
Yeah, because they rev up and then they stop. So they rev up and then they go forward. Yeah, I've had a couple balls that were negative, and that's what they do. They rev up really quick, then they're really forward after that.
The ones that I like. Well, the last ASIM I drilled, and put the mass bias on the negative side was the Dream On, the
Yeah.
hybrid.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what,
Yeah.
that ball will just it gets through the fronts and it hits that friction, goes, okay, we're going this direction,
Yep.
and it just rolls up. And when you get and it's either bread and butter. It's either
You're either striking a lot with it or you're
in the first sign you see a clack 10,
put it away.
you're done.
You're done. That ball's
I-
over with.
You get what you can. And one guy tried. He goes, well, I think I can get it to hook a little more. I go, no, you can't.
No. No, my originals then was the same way. I could strike and strike and strike, and then as soon as it either wrap 10 or flat 10, I just put the ball away.
Yeah.
It was done.
Well, I still have my originals in. It's the thing is I think I may. There's so much equipment out there I want to get. It's stupid.
There's too much of it.
Okay, I'm gonna give you this. I'm gonna give you this little thought, and this is just my opinion. Once National starts, USBC Open starts, whatever equipment is available from the start time from the first quad, that's what's available.
Yeah.
You come out with new equipment that
can't
May
throw
or
it in.
whatever.
Yeah.
No, because these guys didn't get
Didn't
to
have
it.
that chance, right? Yeah, I would. If you could get those guys to not release till after.
And
tournament
that's a
was
big
over,
time
yeah.
frame from February. And I'm not saying don't release it.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, if you're going to
You're not
release
allowed
it,
to
that's
throw it.
fine. But yeah, don't.
At USBC tournament.
Yeah, that's just me. I'm not good enough to worry about it, but I'm just sitting there thinking,
Oh, I'm not good enough to worry about it anymore either. They've, I don't know. They've made that tournament kind of hard for some guys. Me.
I just tried not to cover boards. Oh,
Yeah.
ball change on for
I
Breeden.
go last year bowling doubles with Brandon. I had 577. He had 837.
Yeah, but you were talking
He had
about he
the
has that
biggest-
magical release that
He
Rick
had the
likes so
biggest.
much.
He had the biggest set in the tournament,
That doesn't suck.
and he threw it right where they said you couldn't play, right up the gutter.
Yeah, I threw up 5. I threw a pin down X, and I threw it up 5. But the problem was I didn't realize my doubles partner ended up
Ball
throwing a
was-
purple hammer,
The ball is 10 years old.
but it was
Or-
fresh. It was
It
out
was
of the
fresh?
box.
Where did you find an X fresh?
It's been sitting on my rack for 4 years.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got honey badger tours at the house.
Yeah. Oh my. Yeah,
yeah.
those are good. My son wants a new honey badger claw.
I got one at the house. I got a honey badger at the house too.
Oh, if I tell my son you have a honey badger claw, he's going to be calling you, making you an offer.
It ain't gonna be
It
big
ain't gonna
enough.
happen. That I told him. I said because I had like 3 of them when I balled down to 14. I said, dude, this is one of the few balls. After I drilled it,
That was the greatest
the
ball.
first time I threw it, I went, this ball is good.
Barnes never liked it. He
See,
gave me the one he had laying
I'll
laying
even-
around.
I'll even give you that. Linda Barnes loved the Black Ops.
I think she did. Yeah.
I couldn't.
I liked that ball.
I couldn't just. I don't know. I
liked
couldn't
that
tell what
ball.
it was going to do. It was like there was a wiggle mid lane, and I was like, "What are you
I
going to do?"
drilled it pinned down under my middle finger. It's perfect. Except if I got it in too far, and,
Yeah.
I didn't get it right, yeah, it was gonna miss the head pin because it was so clean.
Jeez. Well, Donnie's made the charge on the comeback. Oh yeah, he got that one wide.
Looked like it was a miss and then miss right.
Little inside out.
Yep.
Bad putt read.
Yeah.
So 238 for Breeden. And 239. So this is coming down.
See who performs in the 10th.
I left more stinking 2 pins today.
I don't think I left one.
Oh
I
my
left
God.
one because I 2-8-10'd in the second game,
Well,
along with some other split. Oh, a big 4.
I'm still working with footwork. When I threw the ball well, I was good, but that wasn't most of the game anyway. So that some things never change.
Right.
That one he kept inside the timboard
Oh,
tracer, and it just never
seven-bend.
faced up.
Nope.
So
Still
now we're
have a
going
chance for a tie
37.
here yet.
Well, the thing is, he can go 37 with a spare strike. I'll check. That was 259, so I was bad math on my part.
Yeah, but he strikes right here. You still have the possibility of, you could have the possibility of a tie
Yeah,
if Tim got like spare.
he's got a yeah. Spare and count will get the win, but that count's going to be really important.
Yeah, it's going to have to be a lot. It's close.
Boy, did
There you go.
he throw a frozen rope on that
Yeah,
one?
he did.
He was not going to let that ball get right at all. Need some help. Well, needs a spare, and he missed a couple during qualifying. So
This is simple.
he's gonna need 9.
Timmy will spare this. Not a big deal.
So on the spare, he's gonna need 9 to win. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I jinxed him. I jinxed him. said
I
he'd
just said
spare
he
easily.
had. I didn't say he was going to.
I
So
said he'd
237 to
I said he would spare
227
easy.
final. Wow, that was a good match. Well, I'll let you go. You got some warming up to do in a little bit, and
Yeah, we'll see.
we'll see.
I may just take my 4 shots and go.
I would not be surprised. You've done that before. Well, we're going to take a quick break, and when we
All
come
right.
back, we'll get with Doug Hergenradar and Don Breeden here in the Olathe Mission Bowl. We'll be back in a little bit. Ryan Raglan back with you. I didn't hear the music was done. Thought I had that on repeat, and yeah, guess not. So Doug Hergenradar and Don Breeden, the semifinal match. After Tim Grumlovich just barely missed a 7-pin and allowed Don Breeden to move ahead. Doug went 255.69, goes 195, 222, 191 on 3, 4, and 5, and then comes back strong 47 and 79. So he averaged 236. And he has decided he wants to finish on the right lane. Now here's the thing I'm kind of wondering about. I ought to ask Doug what he's throwing, because he'll take a lot of, Don Breeden will give him layouts to try on equipment. So I don't know if Doug is throwing one of Don's layout he gave him or not. Nice shot by Don. Hey, Doug. So my question is, we had talked one time. You won the tournament at Lawrence with a Don Breeden layout with a negative shifted. Are you same? So you're trying to beat the guy with his own. Okay, that's what I wanted to know. That's what I wanted to know. So he's throwing the same ball he threw in Lawrence when he won there. And now he's going to try to beat the guy that gave him the layout for said ball at this tournament. So that's always interesting. That's kind of funny. Kelly has a honey badger claw sitting at home, and my son's going to salivate hearing about that. He loves that ball. Ooh. Take the 8 out. So, all even through 2. And winner of this match will take on Kelly Bona in the championship match. So the front 3 for Doug, and I believe that's the Wine Hustle. Yep, that's Wine Hustle, and I never did bring mine out, and I've had pretty good luck with that in this house before. And dummy me, I don't even have the game pulled up on my phone. I got an alert, I guess Saquon Barkley has already hit a 60-yard run. 16-14, 8.5 to go in the first half. Eagles leading. That's one thing about that Breeden roll that we were talking about. That roll allows him to really get up against the friction, but also lets it, stop and not go really crazy. hustle, front 4. And the front 5. So Doug Hergenrader's looking to beat Don Breeden with his own medicine. So Kelly's over on 21-22. And that was one of the pairs that I bowled on where 21 was hooking more than 22. And 22 had the hang spot. And Kelly just went over to, he's throwing some shots to get ready. And he's throwing the Road Warrior. He just got deeper and deeper. He turned around after he threw it and went to the nose. He just went, wow. I'd see about trying to get Tim Grumlovitz on here, but I don't see him. I see his wife here. Just throwing stuff all over the place, Breeden is. Yep, Washington with the touchdown. And looking for the... Get Dan on here. Dan wants to talk some. Did you know I have a new insurance agent?
No, who's that?
Lisa Finley.
Oh, good. Good deal.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
threw some numbers out, and I'm like, okay. Because
Okay.
the insurance agent I had before, just kind of like all of a sudden she was non-existent.
Oh, she ghosted you.
I
huh?
don't think we have to worry about that with Lisa.
No. So in the. Oh, duh.
Uh-oh.
Well, I was going to say, in the famous words of Bo Burton, Chris, we could have a tie, but not anymore.
Doug was doing so good until you sat down.
I know.
So Washington
That's
went for
curse.
2.
That's the curse of Downey, I think. Just the pressure.
So Washington went for 2 when they could have just gone the extra point, be down 1. And if you remember what happened to Baltimore when they chased points in the first half and went for 2, didn't get it, forced to go for 2 in the
Right. Yep.
and what happened? You don't go chasing points.
Yep. So that's a 14-12 game now, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
I come back and bite him. And then he
Oh,
goes
look at
8
that.
pin.
Wow.
It looked like he might have been a tick soft
Yeah.
with that.
Well, this is an interesting final here. You got three of the heavy hitters in the tour. I'll tell you.
Now I'll give you a little tidbit. The ball that Doug is throwing is the ball that he was throwing when he won the tournament in Lawrence.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Don Breeden gave him the layout for said ball.
Oh, wow.
So now Doug's trying to beat Don with his own medicine.
Yeah. Well, did you go down there and see some of the stuff that's on the rack that Donnie put there? There's a beast.
You could
There's
you could go through Donnie. Yeah. You
There's
could
a-
go through everything Donnie has, and you could find all the relics in like Brunswick and
There's-
Columbia and all that.
There's an AMF. I think it's a triangle.
Yeah, the green
The
one.
green one, yeah.
God, I never did like that stuff.
And then there's a Columbia orange dot, I think, on the rack
Oh.
too.
Orange dot.
I think so.
Those things were money makers when they came out.
But look at, he's throwing a,
Bang.
that's a Mission.
Oh, the black one, yeah.
The black Mission. Yeah, that ball.
Haven't
just-
seen those for a while.
But it just, I mean, when it wheels off the end of it, it just,
Yeah. Kind of like my Rico Code Red. With that service, it'll help it get through, and you're putting that that far pin from the axis. But man, once it starts seeing some friction, it has all that energy from the pin to start doing something.
Yeah. All right. So I'm sure you talked about it, but this is a very interesting house shot they have here. Wow, that ball is just standing up.
Yeah.
Nice shot, Donnie.
Looks like it might be a little bit firm on that one.
Yeah.
I've now they have a doubles deal that they do here. It's a doubles tournament that they do each month
On Friday
for 3
nights,
weeks.
right? Yeah. Yep.
And I bowled it I bowled it Friday, and for whatever reason, I didn't start where I should have. I started a little bit further right, which hurt me. But I haven't bowled here for a little bit when they've been this transitioned.
Yeah.
I don't want to say burned or fried or whatever.
Right.
They're just this transition.
Yep.
But you can still, kind of like what Don's doing, you can still play it inside a little.
Yeah.
But you have to make sure you get it to tip and you're still bouncing it off the
Yeah. You got to get it
off the hook spot.
I like to say you got to get it forward. You just got to get through the front part and
Right.
still have a little bit to carry the corners, and that's hard to do on something like this. That was
And then he
better.
goes flat 7.
Yeah, a flat 7.
And that's that negative shift. It just
Yeah, that ball
kind
just
of like what me and Kelly was talking about. Once you get that negative shift and it starts clacking 10s or 7s and starts laying down, ball's done.
Yep, put it away. Well, he made that.
But the thing is, right
That's
now
okay.
he's only 2 frames left, so
Yeah, he's
it's kind of hard to make that ball change.
yeah, if Donnie strikes here, he's in trouble. He's technically already in trouble. Boy, when
Now,
that'll be
now you can pull a Nelson Burton Jr. It would behoove Doug
yeah.
not to strike here.
Yeah. We get Donnie and Kelly in the finals. Wow.
How cool would that be if Nelson Burton Jr. was in town and we could get him on the broadcast? I mean, I'm not Chris Schenkel or anything, but that would just
Yeah.
be awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, that out a little bit further.
That one didn't.
Yeah.
That one didn't lay down.
All right, Chris. So he's got what? He's got 46 in the wood still, right?
Yep.
And Donnie's got 79. Ooh.
He can go 719.
All right.
He can go 230 pace.
Over under on 9.5.
With Donnie, got to go over. When they get like this, I'm going
Yeah.
over.
Yep. Oh, you lost.
Of course.
20 bucks.
It's like a parlay.
Yeah.
I missed by 1.
Okay, so now
You,
what do
you
we
had
got?
to throw the half in there. See, that's what gets me every
Yeah.
time.
The hook. So we got 08. We got 58 to 46. Whew, this is getting tight now.
Yeah. Well, that was the one thing that Doug really needed.
This is must-see TV.
Always is.
Yeah.
I was
By the way,
surprised.
I pulled it up on the YouTube, and it looks so nice. You
like all that
the
stuff?
nice graphics we do there and everything. It's yeah, right there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks really, really, really professional. I really like that. You got the names right and everything.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm trying to stay up on top of
Yeah.
it. Well, I need to change something here. I'm not sure why it didn't.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he got away with that one.
There we go.
Wow.
Now it looks better.
So Donnie can another strike and
Well-
game's over.
Yeah. He doesn't even need to strike. He just needs 9.
9.
Yep. 9 and 2 balls.
Okay. Wow, what a match.
9 and 2 balls gives him 47.
If we're going 9-pin no tap, they'd both still have 300.
True.
Should we do that sometime?
No.
That's a winner chicken dinner.
That'll be a winner. All right, we're going to take a timeout, and we will have the championship match with Don Breeden and Kelly Bonda. Buddha to his friends, and we'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, Ryan Ragland back with you. Northwest Missouri Senior Bowlers Tour here in Olathe at Mission Bowl Championship match with tournament leader Kelly Bonda going up against Don Breeden, who has defeated Tim Grumlovitz and Doug Hergenradar. And you can see how deep Kelly is with his line on his practice shots. Well, I think Don's probably just a little bit inside 15, and I think Kelly's probably looking fifth arrow or so. I guess we're waiting for there we go. Waiting for the first ball, or if that's either there at the light was stuck.
Are we good?
It's not going to change the light till after you bowl.
Go ahead, Doc.
You're fine.
And for some reason, it's the light indicators on the second ball, but I guess it'll change after he throws. If you throw a strike, you don't have to worry about it. That's how that works out. Yeah, but he's looking, throwing the words, he's looking fifth arrow, if not a couple boards inside that. And looks like Philadelphia's about ready to score again, as they're down to the 7-yard line, 2nd and 8. Or actually the 12-yard line, I'm sorry. Not quite enough push. He's playing it deep enough. The ball's clearing the front's nice. It's just got to get that setup, and I didn't see where it got to down lane as for the tracers, but that's amazing that ball didn't hook. He's Kelly said he knew exactly what happened when you let go of the ball. That's the one thing you don't do with Don. You don't give him that opening. And Breeden walks up and doubles right after that. Actually, Don's just a little bit inside 20, so he's further in than what I thought he'd be. I thought he was closer to the right side of between 50 and 20. And if you ask Kelly, he really likes that origin. And I have a feeling the next one's going to be even better. They're going to run up something with that origin line. And then you got that one short. Yeah, but he didn't get through that one very well. Yeah, he's throwing that one right at 20 on the right lane, and huh? Kelly turns around and looks and says, "Can I quit now?" Yeah, when you go 2 splits and only 1 strike, and Breeden starts with front 4, yeah, it's not looking good. Yeah, that ball never did set up, but he doesn't need it to right now. He's just hitting the pocket. He might. That was close. We got that one in just a little bit. It's right now about a 65 pin deficit for Kelly. There you go. Yeah, he's playing that thing really tight to the pocket down lane. If he gets it anywhere just a little bit outside that 10 board marker, yeah, it's going to jump hard. Well, that one never even grabbed. That one never even read. So real quick before Breeden throws his next shot. All right, see you later, Doug. See if we can. And there's a schedule. As next month, February 23rd, we'll be at Crown Lanes. And we'll have that one. And then it's the Omaha back-to-back Saturday, Sunday in March. That's pretty good. Easy, Kelly. That step's been there a while. right now, Don Breeden just kind of going through the motions. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
I didn't know there was 4 arrows on it.
You should have known that before you bowled him. There he gets the blower 7. Well, everyone's going to be getting home and getting ready for the Chiefs game. And if you're a Chiefs fan and you're not nervous, you don't realize football. This is the game. A lot of people are saying, hey, you ready to bowl now, Kelly? Ball change to the Road Warrior. You ready to bowl now, Kelly? No. Oh, no? Yeah, this is a lot of people saying the Chiefs-Bills game is pretty much going to be the Super Bowl. I don't know, Philly's going to be pretty tough. Once again, I want to say a huge thanks to all the sponsors that we have for the Northwest Missouri Senior Bowlers Tour Gladstone Bowl, the title sponsor of the tournament. Plus, we'll have the end-of-year tournament there in May. Also renewal by Anderson and Breeze Ironworks in St. Joe. Also, Lisa Finley with Shelter Insurance. She's actually my insurance agent now. And Finley Transport in St. Joe. Also Visionary in St. Joe. And the Trip 47. And of course Storm, Rotagrip, 900 Global, I Am Bowling, and OK Trophy in St. Joe. And also huge thanks to Cynthia and Randy, the owners of Mission Bowl, and everything going flawlessly as usual. Kelly can't catch a break for nothing. Congratulations to Kelly Bonney. He has 1 frame left. Then he gets to relax on the way home. Hey, 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 look at that. Hey, Kelly, I think you're using the wrong ball. Okay, quite possible. As he made the switch to the Road Warrior and just a little bit more clean. A little bit more back end. He can freeze that pocket a little bit better. A respectable 191 after a cluster of the first 4 frames. Huh? Oh, Dan's talking to Doug. And we'll get with Kelly and Don here in a second. More flushness. So Don with win number, I'm not sure. 6? Surely he has more than that. Yeah, now he's ready. Yeah. Surely he has more than 6 wins. Okay. And Don Breeden with the win. And get up here real quick. We'll go up here real quick. Hey, and real quick, Kelly, I have an idea. You may be a fan of this. Come here real quick. Yes. I say that we make a new resolution or a new rule that Don Breeden can't throw anything out. But we'll just do this. Don Breeden has a PBA rules. Nothing over a year old he can't throw.
He can throw whatever he wants. It's okay. It's all right. He bowled well.
Yeah. And we were talking. Was that about as deep as you've been today?
That's where I finished at, basically.
Okay. Well.
Yeah. Last 3 games, I was right close to that spot.
Okay.
Just I had push down there. I got no push right here.
No push here. Yeah, that's about how it works. Nice job.
Thank you.
Good bowling. Good cover getting back home.
All right, thanks.
And Don Breeden, I thought you had more than 6 wins out here.
I'm not. I haven't kept track. I'm not really sure.
That's what your press secretary Doug said.
Well, he would know. He's a numbers man.
And let's see, you had the AMF.
Yeah, I did
What was that?
Triumph.
Oh, a Triumph.
Yeah.
Then you had the Columbia Beast,
Yep.
right? You have the Mission, and the other one is
That's a rotor grip.
oh, just a one.
Something Idle Pro. Solid Idle Pro.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's like, when was the last time you bought a recent ball?
Let's see, when did I bought a few last year that were discontinued ones, but they were
Right.
newer stuff.
Right.
You know, and I've got one laying at home right now. I have a pro shop guy gave it to me 6 weeks ago, but I haven't put the holes in it yet.
So do they just go, well, no one else wants, we'll give it to Don, he'll make it work?
Usually 16s. They can't get rid of the 16s, so then I drag them out sometimes, help them out, and take them off their hands because nobody else wants them. Which I don't throw them all the time. That
Right.
ball I closed with today was 15, but I got it off. That came from. I should make a donation to the Salvation Army because it was out of their store.
Tell them thank you very much.
Yeah, I will. I will tell them that.
All right, well, congratulations.
All right.
Nice bowling, and
If I
cover getting
could,
home.
Say hi to Mike Oder. I know you're out there watching, and I got your text.
There you go. Whatever it was.
And thanks to all our sponsors too. I know we don't thank them enough, and we need them.
Yeah.
And hope everything just keeps growing. They do a great job.
Yep, sounds good.
And you too, with all your work too.
Thank you, appreciate it.
All right, you bet.
Nice job, and good
right.
luck getting home.
All right, thanks.
And that's going to be it. So Don Breeden with another win, and next month at Leavenworth at Crown Lanes. So for Dan, I'm Ryan, and huge thanks to all the staff here at Olathe Lanes, or Mission Bowl, excuse me. I'm used to Mission Bowl and Olathe, but now they're just going Mission Bowl. And next month, it's Lawrence or Leavenworth. See, I've got Kansas City on my mind. I've got the game on my mind. So Leavenworth next month at Crown Lanes, and make sure you get on the website, get registered for that, and we will have the championship round for that. So congratulations, Don Breeden, and we will see you next month